And we are live. What up, players? Welcome to episode, what is it? Episode 119 of Player Life. It is Monday, the 24th of May here in Tokyo, Japan. I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are well indeed. It's getting very humid here in Japan. It is kind of like the rainy season now. But all is good, all is well. Hope you guys are okay, getting through the crypto crash or dip. It's all good. It'll go back up. It will go back up. That is for sure. But yeah. Had a good day here. As it is a Monday, I started off my day by doing a good workout. Know Your Worth in house is says, "What's up, Mac?" Yeah, we hit 31 degrees yesterday. Not quite 31 degrees here in Tokyo, but it's really it's kind of humid. Gets thing about Tokyo. Thing about Japan is the it gets really humid basically. Yeah. Nice try, Governor in house. What's up? What's good? Hope you guys are getting through this crypto dip. Diamond hands indeed. Yeah, but let me show you. Usually share the screen. Yeah, so as usual, since it's a Monday. Oh, by the way, this is Tokyo. Everyone out and about. Meanwhile, places like Canada, they're giving people fines for shaking hands. Apparently, I saw some video where they're actually giving people fines just for shaking hands. Starting to take shape, starting to get more definition with the calisthenics. I recently bought leg weights, kind of like sandbags. I forgot to bring them today, but strapped them around like 4 kilos, 2 kilos on each ankle. Makes the pull-ups a lot harder. But yeah, definitely consistency is paying off. Getting more definition, definitely getting a lot stronger. Did like 5 sets of 10 pull-ups. Pretty easy today. I think maybe because I've been using the sandbags. But yeah, plus a lot of bonus exercises. But yeah, consistency, calisthenics, can't beat it. That's the kind of, it suits the physique I want. So it's working out pretty well. Plus doing forward pull-ups, not only chin-ups. It's important to mix things up. But yeah, fitness is important. I mean, really is. It's chicks do like a guy with muscles. They really do. It really is red pilling when you get with a chick and they're all over you because you're really fit. But yeah, that was my day pretty much. Gabriel E in the house. What is up? Know Your Worth says diamond hands for sure. Diamond hands. It's the only way. It's the only way. I mean, a terrible time to sell off. Nice try, Governor says. I saw that video. My God, fines for shaking hands. Canada seems like a real shithole, like a real shit place to be. I would not like to be in Canada. I'm very glad. Sorry for anyone that's in Canada, actually. It seems like a bogus place to be. Let me see if I can pull it up. Try and find the video. Share screen. All right. Oh, yeah. I'll look at this later. I saw the video somewhere. This is it.
How's it going, man?
Officer District, City of Hamilton bylaw. I have you here in violation of the Reopening of Ontario Act, gathering with a crowd of more than 5 people.
So that's a pre-written ticket again, just for the record?
I had the ticket made up inside when I saw you out here.
So what was I doing exactly when I was talking to one of the protesters
I saw
here?
you walking around, getting within 3
Oh, that's how it is. So if I just talk to someone, that's within 2 meters?
I also watched you shaking their hands.
Oh, I guess I'm breaking the law there. Okay, you got me there.
So
great.
This is the ticket, provincial offense notice,
Yeah.
and the Reopening of Ontario Act for attending a gathering of more than 5 people.
Thank you.
Your options are on the back. Your options are to either pay it, an early resolution with the prosecutor, or you can have your day in court if you choose to.
Yeah.
You understand your options?
I understand my options, man.
There's your provincial offense.
Thank you.
Now this is an administrative penalty notice.
Oh, for what?
Yeah. This is for shaking hands with the public.
No way.
You have to maintain a distance of at least 2 meters from another person. Section bylaw 2164, section 2.1. Once again, your options are on the back. Voluntary payment, or you have the option to be with an officer, and you can argue. Okay?
So that's strictly just for shaking hands with someone.
For shaking hands, not maintaining 2 meters.
Okay, so for the record, can I get your name and badge number?
Number 370.
370, thanks. Lee, supervisor here, guys, as always.
It's insane. Totally insane. Such a insanely cocked nation. Can you imagine? I was just telling my buddy today, Yair, I can't even imagine having to live in a country like that. Even Ireland, I don't think Ireland is quite as bad. Ireland is up there though, but Canada seems to be really taking the piss. I mean, a lot of Western countries are, but we've seen videos of people getting arrested for drinking coffee on public benches and whatnot. But honestly, I don't know how I'd remain sane living in a country like that. I'd go mentally. I would literally go off the wall. I would have to get out. I would really have to get out. Imagine, people trying to put you in jail. What if he doesn't pay the fine? They're probably gonna try and come and what if he doesn't show up to court? They'd actually put them in jail. It's insane. What a shithole. What an absolute shithole. What a ridiculous time to live in. 2 meters for what? In 90, insane. It's just pointless to even talk about how fucking insignificant this shitty little garbage beer bug is. It's just fucking nothing. Absolute joke. But just crazy times, really. Really, really crazy times. Nice try, Governor says. No wonder Rich Cooper is moving. God, I don't know how that guy lives there. Canada's up there. It seems to be one of the worst places for this whole beer bug shit. Seems to be a real bad spot. It says that it's so woke. It's gone full circle woke right into fascist woke. What a garbage shithole. What an obnoxious place to live. I would lose my mind. You can't shake hands with people. That's insane. You're not allowed to shake hands with people. I think, what was it? I think even in England, they were trying to make, there were some countries trying to ban sex. They were trying to ban hooking up. Wild times. Farhan says, no day game there. Yeah, literally, they're making day game illegal. They're it's purely a depopulation strategy. It's a joke. It's literally a joke. I've never worn a mask. I've literally shake hands with people all the time. I even look back to I actually make a point to shake hands with people. I look back at in January, February last year, a little bit of March maybe, with some embarrassment that I actually swallowed it a little bit. And I'll say this: I never swallowed it fully. I'll say I was on the fence, but even though I was on the fence, I still feel kind of like an idiot for even believing it that much. But it's just incredible to think that they're getting away with it, actually pulling it off. It's May 2021, and it's still people are still going on about this shit. And not only are they going on about it, the vast majority of people are still on board with it. It's not, people have not woken up. a certain percentage of people have woken up and have grown tired of the bullshit, but the vast majority of normies are just like straight up like, oh, like still scared, still wearing face shields, still wearing masks, still acting like idiots. I see, like I'm really glad to be in Tokyo because no one fucking bothers me. But even we still have all the freedoms in Tokyo, but it's still fucking hilarious walking around Tokyo. 99% of people wearing masks and a lot of people wearing face shields. Some people wearing face shields, masks, and gloves, latex gloves. It's retarded. It's so stupid. Um, you know. Meanwhile, I'm just riding the trains, drinking like having a sip of a coffee or like drinking a Red Bull or whatever. I do it just to be like, fuck this. Like I'm not gonna be part of this fucking absolute scam, absolute joke of a thing. Um, fucking tyranny, worldwide tyranny, absolute joke. Um, you know, it's just yeah, it's just all about money. It's all about control. Just pharmaceutical companies trying to rip people off. What if there was I don't know, like if there was a real think about it, if there was a real a real bug going around, let's call it a real bug, would they have like a marketing campaign? Would they have to like convince people? Like obviously if there was a serious bug going around, I obviously wouldn't want to catch it either. Most people wouldn't want to catch it, but you know um it's obviously not. There's no dead bodies in the streets. There's not. It's fucking bullshit. Um uh Nice try. Gunda says, imagine doing this job, handing out fines for that. What kind of scumbag? Yeah, I know a guy that a friend of mine that to be honest, a bit of an old friend. I still call him a friend, but turned into a bit of a normie, to be honest. But he works in healthcare in the UK, and he was actually forced to get the vaccine. Absolute fucking bullshit. I told him he was an idiot for doing it. Absolute idiot. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it just out of protest. I mean, not only I just wouldn't want to even support, even if it wasn't, even if I knew the vaccine wasn't dangerous for me, I still wouldn't take it out of protest because it's I don't want to support that bullshit. I don't want to support a lie. Um, uh, da, 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 da. No, your word says there's a law at all. There is a law at all to shake hands. It is just insane. Yeah, it's really insane that they're trying to stop people from like even assembling or like having any kind of contact. My friend constantly sends me these, like he constantly trolls like chicks on dating apps. Not even trolls them, but it's like he just basically gets into. It's not a smart. Honestly, it's not a smart dating strategy. But he just tells them. Let me see if I can find one. He basically matches with these chicks and asks them what they think of like the beer bug straight off, and it's just funny. So I'll read it out. I'll read his message out. But he said, she starts off by saying, "You've been to Cappadocia." I have no idea where that is. Anyway, I've been there too. You're instantly super cool in my book. Did you stay in a fairy chimney? Did you just love it? Did you go to the underground city thing? I'm an archaeologist, so I was geeking out the entire time. She sounds really annoying already. But he replies by saying, an archaeologist should know that our species will survive without the need of a big face mask to fight a virus with a 99.7% survival rate. Winky face. She responds with 3 question marks. Are those not your real pictures? They make you look really cool, but your message make you sound like a twat. My friend says, I apologize for suggesting that you are ignorant of the fact that masks block the respiratory system, causing harm, perpetuate fear-inducing propaganda, have been proven completely useless in transmission reduction and are mere tools of mind control and brainwashing. Pretty on point. You probably know all that. You just love how it warms the chin on those, how it warms your chin on those windy days. Am I right? Um, she responds by saying, "Haha, sounds like you need to talk with a therapist, my man. No shame in it. Helps you realize the pent up frustration with the systems in power. No need to dump your agitation on random strangers. I do not consent. Best of luck with yourself." I do not consent. What's with all these fucking idiots? Like, um, anyway, pretty funny. But he has like tons of examples like that. Obviously, it's not a like a smart dating strategy. But I don't think he gives a fuck. He does it just to piss them off. Um, but yeah, it's just hilarious. Like 9 out of 10 women you match with on a dating app, if you bring like just women in general are very compliant. They're extremely compliant creatures. Like so, they just basically choose the winning side. They see which side is winning, and they choose that side. So that's why women in general will be 100% on board with all the propaganda spread by governments, spread by it. They're not going to rebel against shit because it's not in their nature to rebel. It's in their nature to comply. So it's with all these woke organizations, all these woke, it's like it's all mainstream. It's like they think they're being rebellious, but they're part of like they're supported. It's like all these idiots getting tattoos of like, I got the vaccine, I got the this, that, and the other. It's like, you fucking idiots, like, or tattooing names of giant pharmaceutical companies on their arms or whatnot. I'm convinced I'm entirely convinced that like pharmaceutical companies are corrupt as fuck. Like, especially, I never really thought about it before. I never like gave a shit. But this year, this not only this year, but since the beer bug really opened up my eyes. It's like, holy shit! If they're pulling this shit, what else have they pulled? Like, what unnecessary shit are they shilling to us? All the other fucking vaccines that people took, like, were they necessary? Did we even need them? It's all money. It's all a fucking racket. Fucking joke. Know Your Worth says face shields with mask at the same time. Absolutely, I see it all the time in Tokyo. These fucking idiots. But at the same time, at least they don't fucking bother me. Explosive diarrhea says, I see double masks here in NY. I see a lot of double masks in Tokyo. The only people I see giving dirty looks in Tokyo are fat Western women usually, or sometimes Western men. But I'm gearing up for them to find for one cheeky motherfucker to say something to me, because I'm just gonna blow off in their face and tell them the absolute, like, I'm just gonna take such pleasure in telling them to get fucked. Like, just give them a torrent of abuse on the street. It's just they will not expect it, but it hasn't happened yet. But I do think I'm expecting it to happen sometime. Just because they're just, sometimes you look at them and they're just like fat and like they're just upset with life, and they have shit lives, and they're not happy in Japan because Japanese women are generally hot, and they're just over here kind of like getting fatter and getting older and uglier, and they're just like, Western Western man comes to Japan, and they're just these, like, sometimes you see these like fat kind of Western social justice types, and they really like despise obviously guys like me, because obviously I'm having a fucking blast over here. I'm like, it's a good, I love it here. So and especially I love if I'm walking around with a really hot, like a super hottie, like a real hot chick, right? Some gorgeous Japanese chick, like real fashionable, sexy, cool, and walk by some like wildebeest of a Western chick, and they're always just like, you can feel the hatred, and it's like, yeah, bitch, suck it up, because I would not touch you with a fucking barge pole. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. Nice try, governor says. All I think at this people like all these. I think you mean all these people that go on about the bear bug is just a sign of low IQ. Low IQ, cowards, sheep, all the worst things. You know. Rishi in house says, "Sup, brother? When do you think that bug is going to end? Though I have no idea, but there's states in America like I believe Florida. Florida is fully open, and there's no. How long can they run it for? I don't know. It seems like they can pull anything off. Like they could keep it running forever if they wanted, like through propaganda, because people are such fucking normie sheep, and they'll just follow. They're just like they'll do whatever they're told to do, and people wonder how like tyranny, very violent or um, or genocide happened in the past, because people are generally, people are cowards. People are weak cowards, physically weak, mentally weak, weak in all sorts of ways, just generally pathetic and weak. And they will just go along with whatever they're told to do by those in power, even if it's horribly bad, even if it's like horrifically bad things that they're told to do. People think that bad things only happen in the past. Oh no, that's the only bad things. Only tyranny happened in the past, or like those in power. Unless it's Orange Man bad, unless it was Trump, only those and people, generally the left, normie sheep, think that those in power, giant corporations couldn't do anything bad. I don't know. There's just so much hypocrisy. There's so much garbage hypocrisy. It's weird. It's weird how people on the left support like giant globalist corporations and shit. It's very strange. Very, very weird and strange. Yeah. But yeah, today I wanted to basically I wanted to talk about the fact that if you're a nice guy, quote unquote nice guy, women are far more likely to cheat on you, like way, way more likely. So where's this meme? Let me show it. Okay, pull it up. Kind of relevant. Yeah. So a wife should cook for her husband. You, and then the normie twerp says, "You sexist scum," and the kind of trad con guy says, "Honey, I'm home." And she says, "Hola, mi amor. I didn't know if you wanted tamales or mole, so I made both." I mean, it's just it's kind of relevant, I guess. But it's like, this guy obviously swallowed, the blue pill, and this is like the vast majority of guys. The vast majority of guys have swallowed this like Hollywood, propaganda, where they think that it's they're gonna get more pussy if they pretend that men and women are the same. They're not even saying that men and women are equal. Like the propaganda is that men and women are the same. That's what they're saying now in all this woke bullshit propaganda. Men and women are no, we're not just equal. We're actually the same. The only reason women can't compete, in men's sports is because women have been held back. If they were given as many opportunities as men, that then they'd actually be able to compete. It's like this is the kind of insanity that we have, like that, and it's just hilarious. And it's like you should like we should actually encourage like that kind of madness. Like we should encourage like it's called like accelerationism. We just like actually encourage this woke shit so that they'll have to pay the price like for their idiocy. Uh, you know what I mean? It's just like encourage them, let them like face the consequences for their stupidity. Um, like this thing about allowing like trans athletes to compete against women, and then South Park did an episode on it. It's pretty on point. But you had the women championing it and cheering it on, because women are very, like I said before, women are just want to be on the winning side. They don't really care what's right or wrong. They just actually care about what is popular, what is like safe to say, what is safe to do. So they're obviously going to support, obviously the mainstream media, everyone supports the idea that it's transphobic if you're against biological males competing against women, like biological women. You're transphobic if you think that there's something wrong with that. Like if it's just and so I think the episode of South Park was like it just covered that pretty. It was pretty on point. What was it called again? Maybe I'll pull it up. So I'll pull up a clip of it. Yeah, I'll pull it up. Let me see. Okay, yeah, this is the one. Let me get it. All right.
The strong woman competition. Strong woman. Miss Woman, do you feel ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready, David. There are just so many amazing women athletes out here today. It makes me so proud.
Now, this is the first year that a trans woman is in the competition. How do you feel about that?
Amazing. I feel honored to be a part of history. I have a lot of incredible trans friends who are athletes, and so we're all inspired. This woman's competing.
Uh-huh. And have you actually ever met Heather Swanson?
No, I've never competed against her before, no.
She's not exactly your average trans athlete.
Well, what is an average trans athlete? Honestly, I find that kind of bigoted, David.
Okay. Heather Swanson is actually joining us now. Miss Swanson, how does it feel to be competing today?
I can't tell you how free I feel now that I've started identifying as a woman. Now that I can compete as female, I'm ready to smash the other girls.
And is it correct you just started identifying as female 2 weeks ago?
I'm not here to talk about my transition. I'm here to kick some ass. Let me tell you something, Dingleberry.
David Perry.
I'm gonna roll up the other women here, and I'm gonna smoke them. I am the strongest woman this state has ever seen.
Any words for the challenger, Miss Woman?
Good luck, Heather.
Luck is for dudes.
Well, with that, let's get right to the action.
All right. So, no, I mean, it's just a good example of, how what I was saying earlier, how, women will champion things that actually, go against their best interests in the long run, or just in general, just because the media tells them, or because they think it's the safe thing to do, or because they think it's popular. They don't, it's kind of sad. It's actually kind of pathetic, but it's just very obvious, and it is what it is. But yeah, back to the point today's episode. How you know, basically, nice guys are going to get, not only are they going to get less women, but um, you know, when they even when they do get, when they do get a girlfriend or whatever, and they remain monogamous, and they're nice to their, they're just basically a nice guy. And I'm not necessarily talking even about like guys that are quote unquote nice, those fake nice guys. Like, I'm even suggesting like a genuinely kind of like nice guy, not doesn't necessarily have any, ulterior motives. Just a guy that kind of wants a girlfriend. Yeah, sure, he's blue pill, but he actually is kind of a genuinely nice guy. These guys will are far more likely to get cheated on. Um, there's a thing that, actually I've noticed it, over time, and it's like, obviously as I'm going around, living the player lifestyle, I run into women that have like boyfriends, and sometimes even husbands. But sometimes I find out after the fact of doing the deed. But you know, uh, it happens, and sometimes that they tell me right out, like that they, I ask them sometimes, uh, I get their number from wherever, and we end up hooking up, and yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know that much about them because we just hooked up and we haven't been dating. It's like kind of the first time we hooked up, and I asked them, this isn't one situation. This has happened many times where I asked them, "Oh, do you have a boyfriend? Or do you have any friends with benefits?" And sometimes they come out. A lot of them come. What's amazing is a lot of girls actually will be honest. They'll kind of come out, like, and they'll tell the truth. They'll actually. I think it's because like they know what I'm about. I guess they get the impression, like, because I'm so confident about what I do. It's like, most guys, it's once I sleep with them, they know like that I have a lot of experience, because they're used to guys fumbling, used to guys like not making the first move, for not making a move for maybe weeks, maybe for the third or fourth date. That's what chicks are used to. That's what the average guy does. The average guy doesn't think he's able to smash on the first date. So he doesn't, a lot of times he won't even try. But for me, it's like, if I don't arrange dates unless I'm trying to smash on the first date. I'm not going to go on a date if I don't have time to smash, or if it's not on the cards. But anyway, they'll tell me that, they'll come out and say, I have a boyfriend or whatever, I have a husband. I really don't care. And it's like, sometimes they're expecting me to be like, oh my God. And I really, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. But I'll ask them like, oh, have you ever cheated before? Have you done something like this? And sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. Sometimes they say they tell me, oh, it's the first time cheating. I don't know whether to believe them or not, but why would they lie? They're already telling me that they have a boyfriend. So but I asked them like, why, like, how is your boyfriend or whatever? Like, what like, just shooting the shit, basically, kind of, because I'm kind of interested in this kind of topic. And a lot of them, the thing that keeps reoccurring is they're not telling me that he's bad, that he's an asshole, that he does this, that, and the other. They're saying the opposite. They're saying he's too nice. It sounds like I'm making this up. I'm not making this up. This is a reoccurring thing where women actually tell me that their boyfriend is too nice. And then I'll say, like, show me a photo, because like I'm curious. I want to say, like, what does he look like? Like, I'm actually just curious about, how is this guy too nice? Like, what kind of guy is it? And they'll show me like I'll look at their photo, and this guy, a lot of times these guys look fucking too nice. They look like little, just like, real soft, like just look kind of, a lot of times they look weak. um but yeah, just look like they wouldn't fight their way out of a wet paper bag. They just look weak. And it's just, women aren't into that. Women aren't attracted to that. That's why they cheat. Sometimes these chicks even tell me, like, they love their boyfriend. Like, they love, like, I love him, but it just he's too nice. And that's how I'm I'm actually I've met a lot of women that actually do, like, they cheat for pleasure. That they actually didn't necessarily want to break up with their boyfriend. They're actually cheating just because they wanted to get smashed, like, by a bad, quote unquote, bad boy, or a guy that just doesn't give a fuck. Um, and it is just really, really red pilling. And last week it was really wild because I actually hooked up with this chick, right? It was just I got her you know casual. I think I told the story before, but I want to talk about it in more detail. Like, I was coming home one night and walking towards the station with a friend in Tokyo, and this girl gave me an IOI. She was with other friends. It was like kind of late at night. They were kind of, they looked like they'd been partying. They looked kind of tipsy, and I just, she gave me an IOI. So I jumped in and said, "Hey, what's up?" And I got her Instagram. Exchanged Instagram. Immediately, not immediately, but a few days later, tried to say, "Yo, are you free next week? Let's, like, just logistics, as I always do. I don't ask, like, oh, where do you live, or maybe a little, maybe actually, where do you live? Because anything to do with logistics. I'm not asking them what they had for dinner that day. I'm not asking them, oh, like, any bullshit. It's all towards, like, how are we gonna meet? Anyway, she said she's busy, and then she said, "What about next week?" And then we arranged to meet, like, on a Wednesday night or something, and then on a Thursday night. And then she hit me up the day before and said, "Actually, are you free tomorrow?" So she hit me up. So we ended up meeting on a Wednesday. But anyway, long story short, uh, she came through. Didn't even go for drinks. I met her at my station. We came right back to my house, like, right back, and she was super hot, like, super hot. Yeah, she was really hot. But yeah, we smashed like fucking maybe 4 times. And then she had to go catch her last train. Um, you know, she asked me to walk her back to the station, so I did. I'm a gentleman. But before that, actually, no. Before that, um, she said, no. I asked her, like, after we smashed. I think even after the first time, I asked her, "So, do you have a boyfriend?" I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't really pay much. If I had paid that much attention to her Instagram, I might have noticed there were some photos of like holding hands and shit. Um, but yeah, she said she had a boyfriend, and I was like, "Oh, you're a bad girl. You're a naughty girl." And she's, "Oh yeah, I feel so guilty. I feel so guilty." And then I was like, "Oh, have you ever done this before?" And she's like, "No, he's so nice." And she was like, "Oh, he's so lovely." And I was like, "Oh, well, you know." But it's just such a reoccurring thing. Like, it's just, and the crazy thing about this story is yet to come. So, yeah, we smashed like 3 more times, and just like great sex, good times. To be honest, she was definitely there for a good time. She was like, she said she felt so guilty after the first time, but that soon went away. But yeah, I thought nothing. I walked her back to the station. Said goodbye to her. I said matinee. Matinee means let's do it another time, or just see you, or yeah, see you again. But so yeah, I went. I just had a look at her Instagram then, because it was Instagram. I'm not going to share, like, her Instagram on like on here. I'm not going to put her on blast. But it will be good content. But anyway, I just want to see what the guy looked like. And she had these photos of, like, she didn't have him tagged in it, but then, like, just a few days ago, she put up a birthday. Like I said, he wasn't tagged in the photos, and she kind of wasn't showing his face. They were all kind of like artsy photos where it was like two hands holding a cup of coffee and kind of bullshit Starbucks shit. But she didn't even show her face on her Instagram, but even though she was hot. And anyway, She put up a photo of a birthday cake, and it was a guy's birthday cake, and it had a name on it. So I just searched his name in her followers, and it was this guy. This was her boyfriend, and it was a foreign guy, and he had a blue check mark. He's like a professional athlete, and honestly, the guy looks pretty good. Like, I mean, like he's actually a handsome guy, but he just looks like a nice guy. He looks too nice. He looks like and it's just crazy. Like, even a guy with a blue check mark, like, professional athlete in Tokyo, like a soccer player. Um, he's it's just crazy. These girls, like, that's not even good enough. Like, if you're too nice, girls are gonna stray. It doesn't matter if you have a blue check mark. It doesn't matter if you have like thousands of followers. It doesn't matter if you have all this status. If you're nice, girls will lose respect for you. Like, they'll get turned off by it. But it was just like, that was like a culmination. Like, I've heard it plenty of times before, but it was really eye opening. It was like, whoa, being too nice really is like a real turnoff for women. It must be because, the guy, has way more clout than me, way more. Like, I'm who am I? Like, I'm like Mac the Day Gamer. Like, this guy's like, has a blue check mark. He's a professional soccer player in Japan, thousands of followers. He's taller than me. He's maybe even objectively more handsome. Yeah, I would say if you saw a photo of him, the average person, most people would say he looks better than me. Um, chiseled jawline, all the rest. But I'm not. I'm just a dog, like, and these chicks, sometimes these chicks just want to meet a dog, like a guy that's just like knows what he wants, and he's not going to be apologetic about going for it. And it's just wild. It's kind of blew my mind. Really, uh we all know it. We've all heard, nice guys finish last. We've all heard it, but it's really when you really see it, when you just hear it and you see it in real life, it's just another thing altogether. You just can't be too nice to these chicks. They don't respect you. It's a sign of weakness. They see it as a sign of weakness, I was just telling a guy today on a consultation, he was asking me how to, he was having anxiety about, closing, like, making a move. And it's like, you're basically, you're thinking too much. I was telling him you're thinking too much about the situation. You're basically being too nice. You're thinking about her, how's she going to react and all this, and you're not putting yourself first. And one of the biggest turnoffs I've heard for women is when they feel that a guy is anxious or nervous, and when you're like, you can feel that tension in the air, because I know what it used to feel like, where when I wasn't that experienced with closing and making the final move. You might have done everything right. You have the girl back in your house, like, but you're not able to close. Like, you don't know how to make the first move. There's like that awkward tension, and sometimes if you don't know how to make the move and you just jump in for like a clumsy kiss, the girl, or like, it's awkward, and the girl feels that you're not really into it. She feels like that it's not, like, you're not really confident about it. That's when the girls will like, she's there for sex, she's in your house, she knows what's up, but she'll say, I gotta catch the last train. Why? Because, or I got work tomorrow, or let's do it next time. Why is she doing that? Because you kind of fucked up by not being confident enough. She feels that. It's hard to fake that. It's hard to like, fake that. And it's like, you know, that's sometimes, I basically told them that, you basically, you can't, if you're not going to make the move, this guy was basically telling me that he was basically not ended up not making moves, like basically just not doing anything because like he was too anxious about it. And I basically told him, if you're not going to make the move, you're not going to have sex because women aren't going to make the first move. And even if they do, which is rare, they're going to be super turned off by the fact that they had to make a move. It's just not in female nature to be dominant. They don't want it. The vast majority of women, obviously there's exceptions. Oh, you always have people, some women will be like, but I like to be dominant. It's like, okay, you're the fucking, exception to the rule, right? Like most women do not want to be dominant in any way in sex, especially they don't approach men, outside, in bars or clubs, and inside the bedroom too. They don't even want to initiate anything. It's not in their nature to want to initiate sexual, anything sexual. That's why, like, guys these like blue pill idiots, complain about, oh, my wife never makes the first move. It's like, dude, like it's not the, it's not even, it's a turn off for women to make their first move. It's a different story if they're like rejecting your moves all the time, they're not banging you, but guys shouldn't be complaining about women not making the first move. Like, as long as they're receptive, as long as they're, if you're in a relationship with a chick and she's not smashing ever and she's constantly rejecting you, dump her immediately. Like, move on. Like, it's not going to get better anytime soon. Like, forget about it. Like, sex is really, really, really important. It's not the only thing for a relationship. They need to have a good personality, but like initially, no, sex really does the glue that keeps relationships like going. So, but the thing is, guys should never be complaining that girls never approach them because it's not in their nature, and they should never be complaining that girls never make the first move sexually because it's not in their nature to want to initiate or be dominant. It's a dominant act to make the first move. You have to be confident about it. You have to just go for it. Winston in house says, give them nothing and take from them everything. Big facts indeed. Nice try. Gumna says, I'm never too nice to my girl, even when she acts like I should. I know if I am, she would surely lose interest. She would definitely lose interest. It's just a sign of weakness. Being too nice, like, especially when they don't deserve it. It's like, why? Like, when guys go out there and show girls, like, pay for big expensive dinner dates with them, and it's like, why? What have girls done? Like, what have they done to earn it? A lot of times they're not even going to show up looking hot for it. I'm amazed, like, back in my blue pill days, about how many the times I used to go on dinner dates. Like, even when I first came to Japan, I would say I was much more blue pill than I am now, like a lot more. But definitely more red pill aware than the average guy. But I used to go on dinner dates, and a lot of times I went on dinner dates, girls would just show up like looking real casual, and I did not like that one bit. Sometimes I'd get a number, where it might be in the bar, the club, or cold approach on the street, and I'd approach them. I'd approach them for a reason, because they're looking hot, looking super hot, looking like sexy, and I'd be like, damn, she's fine. And I'd get her number, and she'd be like, oh yeah, we'd arrange a dinner date, because I thought that's what you kind of had to do. I would go along with it, before I really fine tune my game, and realize that I didn't need to do that. That's a step that I can totally skip. Dinner dates are dumb things to do, but I'd meet these girls, and they'd like, when I met them, they might have been wearing like a little denim skirt and high heels and just looking hot. They'd come up to the date. whenever the date would be, on a Friday night or something. They'd come up, maybe they would have just finished work or something. They'd come up wearing jeans and like maybe even just. I don't know what it is. These just entitlement from chicks, but yeah, and it's just since I was blue pill, if a girl did that to me now, like if I actually went on a dinner date, and the girl dressed down, I would like 100% not be paying for that date. Like 100, I like, and you guys should not be doing that either. Like, first of all, you shouldn't be going on dinner dates. It depends on how. Like sometimes if your game is really low, like if you're starting out and you just have you fuck all experience with women, sometimes you need to take those dinner dates because you can't just like say like sometimes you just need to do that. But even with a little bit of game, you shouldn't be going on dinner dates because girls haven't earned it. um Sometimes I'll even take some of my plates just for dinner or something, just because I'm hungry. Just because they've behaved themselves. you know I don't feel like cooking, I'll just roll out some like sushi restaurant near where I live or whatnot. But I'm not going to do that like before they've provided some value. Why would you just go and take a chick out to dinner, like, and especially when they show up like dressed down? It's the biggest insult. If you go on a date with a chick and she's dressed worse than when you met her or whatever, even if it's from online. Like if you match with a chick from a dating app and she shows up like, and it's supposed to be a dinner date, and she shows up like wearing casual, like a hoodie and some like whatever, just casual, you definitely do not pay for that date. Like you're not just don't do it. But yeah, avoid having to do dinner dates if your game is at that level. And some guys their game is so bad that, or they've so little experience with women, that they almost like they'll have to accept some dinner dates to get the momentum going. But Winston says, I believe male instinct will always tell you something is unfair, but programming overruns that a lot. Yeah. Programming definitely overruns a lot of that. Gabrielle says, damn, that was the old me. That was the old lot of us, a lot of people, we gotta, it's how we, it's how we learn, from our past mistakes. It's very, people are very rarely born. You're not going to be born out red pill aware. It's just not. It's not how I think. You have to go through those mistakes and see, how reality actually is. The truth is a lot more savage. For all this, it's just funny how, for all this like Disney propaganda, like the reality is so different. Like the reality is so different. And yeah, it's just hilarious seeing all these guys getting just getting played by women. These guys simping for single mommies and stuff. It's just funny. Let me see something. I saw this thing. This guy basically simping out for a single mommy. Real bad stuff. What do you say? I won't bother sharing it, but maybe I will share it. Yeah, I don't know. Let me share it. I'll share it. This is the kind of simp we have today. So this guy says, some dude on Twitter says, he shares a photo of some woman with some kids or whatever, but he says, I was it. So the original tweet is, can you marry a single mother of 3 children? And obviously everyone in his chat should say hell no. But the guy says, I would. I used to date one with 2 kids, but but since she parted ways due to me taking my time to ask her to marry me, for some reason I wanted to find employment first, then do the right thing with dignity. Not sure what he's saying there. Because I love her and my family opened their doors to her and her kids. So this guy, that's what that guy got for like simping out for single mommy. Her just basically walking away from him, because he was trying to look for a job. But yeah, it's pretty basic, you know, knowledge to for guys to stay away from, single mommies, because like what is the, other than for having some bedroom fun, getting into, like, there's absolutely no benefit to getting into a relationship with a single mother. And what is the point? There's like, why would you choose to get involved in that? It's just gonna be a total mess. Why would you do that? There's absolutely no point. You're just actually, dictionary definition, being a cuckold. It's harsh but true. The truth is often harsh. If you're gonna be a father, like, like, raise your own kids, have your own kids. If that's what you want to do. It's a big enough responsibility, but like, seriously, you don't want to be raising other people's kids. It's just like, why would you do that? But yeah, guys, moral of today's episode is, don't be too nice. Don't be too nice. You gotta be masculine. You gotta be masculine with these chicks, and stop being nice to these women for no reason. Obviously treat people. If someone is nice to you, be nice to them, but don't be like too nice to people for no reason. Like, when they haven't earned it. That's what I'm saying. Like, taking these chicks on expensive dinner dates when they haven't earned it. Like, they could be really like obnoxious and annoying, and then you have to like go and pay for this dinner date with them. Like, you don't know anything about these chicks, and being too nice to them, it's like they lose all respect. Like, I have memories of myself going on dinner dates with chicks, and I really didn't like them. It's like, I just didn't like their character. They were obnoxious. It's like just annoying to be like, I was getting annoyed, and I still paid for it because I was blue pill. I was like, and I didn't even get the smash. So, but most guys are like that. Most guys will do that. But I've come a long way from those days, a long way, and but yeah, don't be nice. Don't be like, pedestalizing these chicks, because they don't respect it. They don't respect it, and they'll go and cheat on you, if you're like that. Plus, you won't even get to that point. You won't even get if you're like that with when they won't even let you smash. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna shill my private. Let me share it. This is my private content, premium content, access to blog content, full access to articles about day game and how to pick up girls, exclusive access to photography content and stories about how I have picked up and continue to pick up girls through day game, photography game, X-rated content, infield stories about my own personal experiences, obviously stuff I can't share on YouTube, access to a private Telegram group, gain exclusive access to a Telegram chat where you will be able to contact me for advice anytime, along with any other like-minded members. Again, stuff about day game, fitness, lifestyle, player lifestyle, red pill material, all that kind of shit. And a monthly webinar on Zoom, 2 hours long on game. So, if that's what if you're really looking to, improve your day game in general, improve your sex life, join up, get on it. It will be, it'll definitely take your game to the next level. And you will see a different side, stuff that I cannot post on YouTube. That's for sure. Um, you know, censorship and all that. But yeah, guys, I will be back tomorrow night for another episode of Player Life. So check out the links in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good day. Bye bye. Peace out.